Brother, are you a guy who feels like he has to have it all together? In your friendship group, you have to be the guy who is always strong, is always moving on an upwards trajectory. Whenever you face challenges, that you're always capable, confident, and able to handle them. This is how I used to feel. I had a period in my life where through online content, through messages of society, maybe family as well, that I had to always be the guy who was able to handle situations. This might sound like a good thing, but in reality, I was just giving off this impression that I was strong, I was capable, I could handle challenges, when deep down in my core, below the surface, I still had the same reactions. I had a lot of fear, I had a lot of anxiety, and all that changed really in that time of my life was I didn't allow myself to share it. And we hear this message a lot online that we as men, we need to be strong, we need to handle things ourselves. And I just pushed it down. And what that did in my life was it created a lot of tension. It also meant that in my relationships that I wasn't really able to connect with people. I believe human connection comes from when we have struggles and challenges and we're able to share that and we feel deep connection when we do that. The other challenge for me was I was placing all my focus on people's external view, their impression of me. And you might be doing something similar. The real problem was when I was doing that, focus on the external, I didn't get to know myself. I didn't get to understand why these feelings are coming up for me, what's going on. I was just trying to push them away. And when we try and create this impression of being a guy who has it all together, what happens is we're dishonest with ourselves. Not only are we dishonest with other people in creating this impression, we actually believe honestly in ourselves that things are going well, that things are together, we understand ourselves. But you're being dishonest at the surface level because you're trying to deny your feelings. You're denying that there are challenges in your life, and honestly, there will always be challenges. And that's ultimately an uncomfortable state to be in, not understanding yourself, because you can, as a result, you don't understand what you want from this life, what's really meaningful, what's really important for you. The other challenge of striving to be the man who has it all is maybe you're actually trying to go after pure success. You're trying to make more money, trying to increase your status, whatever it is. The challenge is you're probably running away from a weaker version of yourself. Maybe it was when you were a child, maybe your parents would shout at you and you feel very scared, you feel very weak, very small. And the honest truth is there's probably still that version of yourself. It's still there. But when we try and go towards success and try and build ourselves up, maybe we try and become very muscular in the gym, we try and make a lot of money, try and give off this image of being very masculine, that I think really deep down, there's some part of us that we're running away from. We don't want to feel like that small boy who was lost, who was scared. And by creating a different version of ourselves, we're able in some ways to elevate that. People don't mess with us anymore. We get respect from society and other men. And part of that feels good. The thing is, that version of ourselves is still kind of there. It's still around, but we're just pushing it down, pushing it away. What helped for me was becoming aware of these things, understanding that by putting all this energy into my other people's impressions of me, it was like managing some kind of PR campaign, very tiring, and I didn't understand myself. And also I realized once I had some level of success where I work online, had the business, working in Asia, I realized once I got to this place, I still had the same exact feelings on the inside, the same discomfort, maybe some shame, maybe some fear, maybe some anxiety. I still had that little boy inside me who was quite scared, quite worried about situations. And the solution for me, what helped and what might help you too, is writing down an honest review of your entire life. This is something I actually did again just the other day, where I wrote down all the challenges I'm facing, all the things that distract me, that take my energy away, all the habits that I keep alive, and the responsibility I have for them. Maybe it's also things like relationships. Where are there surface level relationships in your life that feel there is no deeper connection? And by doing a full audit of your life, you'll start to build a bit more self-trust because you're actually being honest with yourself. Finally, if you do this, you'll have stopped trying to paint this picture of the perfect life and give an honest account of where you are, knowing that things aren't perfect and actually accepting that you're never going to have a life that feels complete, that feels perfect. It's never going to feel like things are 100% ticked off. So when we create this impression, it only drains our energy because it can't be a truthful reality. There's always challenges, there's always pain, there's always some suffering in our lives. I hope that video helped. Please share this with a brother who maybe creates this impression of always having everything together. And I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.